Hello, wonderful traders. Dadas here with another video of the daily recap. So, welcome to the Dadas Trading Room and to the Dadas Trading System Workshop. Now, what happened today on the DAX index? Well, it was very volatile one more time. The daily range today is 534 pips at the end of the day, and a lot of things happened. The market first the market opened, and the day opened, and sort of respected the daily pivot, daily Dallas pivot as the support, and went up. Came back, respected it as support again, but then failed to go further up. It failed to make a new high, and it dropped down to breaking the daily pivot and reaching the Dada's weekly pivot, right? Weekly, both weekly and monthly, because it just happens that the beginning of this week was also the beginning of this month, right? So, yeah, and then it consolidated inside between those two levels a little bit, made a first daily low, and then right before the Frankfurt opening, the market started going up. It went up. It broke up both of those pivots and respected the daily pivot again as support, and started climbing up again. And it climbed up all the way to there, and then suddenly dropped down. Yeah, but again, it didn't retest the daily pivot, the daily data pivot, and it started going up again. However, it didn't make a new high, and it went back down again violently, and again it made a new low, but still that was around the opening of the USA session, of the American session, just before, and then the market again started climbing up and again going down. Yeah? Now what happened here, you see this was a crazy move. This move right here on 1 and 5 candle was over 200 pips, and almost immediately in the following 15 minutes, the market basically swallowed the whole thing up, back, down, right? And then did this kind of again a pullback. Now, from the perspective right now, we can see that this is kind of a head and shoulders formation, because we have a shoulder, a head, and a shoulder, and then basically a very simple strategy of trading the break of this, let's say, neck level. We can call this the neck level, or I don't know, whatever, or this. Anyway, trading the break, we could have gone down, right? Just doing like that. However, yeah, let's see what the market did later. Well, later the market suddenly started falling down. It broke the daily pivot, broke a little bit the weekly pivot, weekly and monthly, but not exactly. And then came back up, right? Came back up, and again started, broke the daily pivot, and well, basically the day was still in, let's say, in bullish character rather than in bearish character, right? So when the market came back down here and again started respecting this level as support, we were absolutely validated to think that the market could turn back up, especially on having made such a violent move right here, volatile move right here, right? So we were fully, yeah, we could, but the market decided opposite, right, and started falling down. And then it started falling down all the way until right there. And towards the end of the day, it came back up. Now respected the weekly and monthly Dada's pivot as resistance and went back down and consolidated by the end of the day right here. Okay, so that's what the market did. Now, what did Dadas do? Let's look at the trades and let's follow the trades along. Well, first of all, Dadas as usually woke up at the time Dadas wakes up because Dadas goes to sleep very late at night. So practically it's the next day. So Dadas has to get his sleep. But the first thing that Dadas did, well, the first situation, I was wondering right here what could happen, right? Because I saw this situation, so I made the measurement like this and like this, yeah, because I saw those two, let's say, trend candles, yeah, the last one going up and the first one breaking the trend and potentially going down. Now, initially I was thinking of going bearish, and I switched over to my Renko charts. Of course, we have to look at my screens that I made because mm, there's so many Renko bars right now that we can't see anything, can't see that far back. So that was yesterday. That was yesterday. That was yesterday. Yesterday. That's the one. That's the one. So yeah. So like I said, I made this measurement right there, and initially I was thinking of potentially looking for a short, but seeing the how the situation is evolving, I decided that I would go long. Of I had some signals right there, and I decided I would go long. But you see, I didn't go long here. I went long right there. So this was kind of well, kind of wrong because I got in the long while the price was moving down, not up. So I was a bit, worried about my stop loss. But the moment I saw that the price bounced off these pink lines right here, I said, well, I should be safe, yeah. Well, at least to get out of it at some small profit. And I decided I have to get out of it because this is too dangerous. I got in at a bad price. So I basically closed any profit I was able to get. Well, yeah, the price, as we can further see, the price did go a little bit higher, but and after this situation, I was already able to see those two candles. So I saw this red candle right there, and I saw this green candle right there. Yeah. So basically, no, this one got canceled. Okay, so basically I had this situation right there, and I thought, okay, now I can hunt for a long position because the price still wants to go up, right? It's showing me that it wants to go up. So yeah, so let's look at it here. So yeah. Uh, I was discussing, yeah, before I was also discussing a better option there, but never mind. So yeah, so like you see, I made this measurement like this, yeah, and I was looking for a trade upon this signal. So basically, it was the first break of this green line right there, and this trade was kind of the way it's supposed to be. And you see, I got in on. I even had a very lucky entry here because when I clicked this button, my data trade ruler button, the price was at a different place, but it jumped very violently and opened my position well almost exactly on this entry line right there. Yeah, that is called buy support, right? Buy support. So basically, that's why I got over 9 pips right here on my trailing stop, right? Because there's 3 candles, 3 full Renko bars. That's 7.5 pips, plus this little wick right there. So that gave me 9.4 pips. That was a very good trade. I was satisfied with that one. Now, yeah, and then I was also showing what the price actually did later. You see the price just after taking out my trailing stop, it came back down, and then it made this major movement, and it got all the way up to where the take profit was, right? Okay, now after this trade, we can see what happened. So basically, it was like this and like this. So the market turned around and created a downwards movement. I didn't trade that. I don't know why I didn't trade that. And then I decided to trade somewhere off of this candle. So yeah, as you can see, the basic measurement was like this. Yeah, and I made a trade that was kind of let's say, because the first signal was right there, and I wasn't able to take that signal, and then I had 2 signals right there, and I took one of those signals, I entered, and the price exactly my expert advisor did exactly what it was supposed to do. It trailed on the third one, and yeah, because yeah, the movement was well out enough in order for the trading stop to trigger, and I got almost 5.5 pips. Well, was that a good trade? Mm, Not really. Why? Mm, because it was taken a little bit too late. So in other words, at at this level, I mean, we can expect, uh, a pullback. Actually, we can expect a pullback anywhere, but if I were entering right there because the price pulled back and was going down, then okay. Also, right here, you see, I didn't enter on the pullback. I entered before this candle was even closed, right? So basically, I'm not very satisfied with this trade, but nevertheless, it worked. Okay. Now the next trade was right there, and this trade, I entitled it a bad move. Yeah, it was a bad move. It was even worse than this one because it was also not up there, right? But it was already down here, so the candle was already moving. Yeah. So what happened here is that I did something like this. but you see, I entered at the very, so perhaps I failed to do this measurement, I don't remember, but I entered just at the, no, I did that measurement, but I entered like I was counting on the market to continue after taking the the take profit and then continue on. Yeah. So yeah. So you see where I entered, but very quickly I realized that I made a mistake, and I quickly got out of it manually. I got out of it manually because I thought, what the fuck am I doing, right? And I got out of it. And basically, I did the right thing right there. But even though, you see that the market did come back and did go down even further. So if we measure the distance between my entry and let's say more or less the low price, it was like about 20 pips, right? Because the market was even lower right here. So basically, it was down 20 pips from my entry. That's true. But before it went down 20 pips, it also went up 35 pips, right? So that doesn't make sense. That doesn't make sense. So in other words, I was I shouldn't have been looking for my entry right there. I should have been looking for my entry right there somewhere, right? Closer to this trend line, right? Then I would have had enough room for my trades. Okay, so yeah. Anyway, then the market turned around. I didn't trade anywhere here because I usually well, at this hour I usually go do something else, and then I woke up again. I woke up here. So again, I was counting on the price to move on, and that was my next mistake right there. So yeah, but in the meantime, I was also showing some potential trades right here, where I made a measurement and I was showing that I could have entered short right there, and I actually clicked the button and it didn't work because it says trading is off hours. So when my trading is off hours, well, my expert doesn't allow to enter, and that's it, right? So that was one potential trade. There was here was another one because the market turned around and started going up. So there was a potential here to make a long trade, which I also tried to click, but it didn't work because trading is off hours. And then we can see that actually the price continued up and went all the way to the take profit level. Okay, so that's this one. Uh, mm, the next trade I made was this small one right here, a small one that I closed quickly. However, we can also see right there that the market made a move down about 19 to 20 pips. So there was enough room, but why did I close this trade? Well, basically, it went like this. I saw a situation, perhaps whatever the situation was, yeah. I measured it like this, of this big candle, and then I was watching the Renko bars, and I saw some signals right there, right? And I decided to get in on this signal. Now, what happened here? I got into the trade, but on after the third candle, so this 1, 2, 3. After the third candle, my trailing stop didn't trigger because the ask price didn't go beyond the close price of this candle. and this candle wasn't there yet. It moved. It started moving violently up. I saw the situation that that the S price doesn't allow the trading stop to be triggered, and I quickly decided to get out of it because there was a potential. When something like that happens, often the price goes back in the other direction first. So that would be a danger to my stop loss. That's why I got out of there at this situation. So yeah, exactly that's what I wrote there. I closed because auto BE trail and box trade didn't trigger. S price didn't go beyond the close price. Okay, but yeah, but later it did. Yeah, but you see, just after just after I had closed it, this candle actually, or this Renko bar actually closed in bearish. So if I had waited that long, my trading stop would have triggered and it would have been taken out on the next candle, or the next bar, or yeah, Renko bar. But you see that the price then came back up and came back up again, and then it made the major movement and even reached, almost reached my potential take profit level. But we never know. Now, what happened next was the the thing where we could shit our pants potentially. Because like you see, that's what happened almost directly after that situation, or perhaps 5 minutes 5 minutes later, the market jumped over 200 pips on one 5 minute candle. So even in a shorter time than 5 minutes, the market jumped up over 200 pips. In this situation, no stop loss would have been. I mean, unless your broker guarantees you your stop loss, you wouldn't get your stop. Even if you had your stop loss right there, it wouldn't be triggered. I mean, like I can guarantee you, it wouldn't be triggered at the level of your stop loss. It would be triggered maybe 2 times, 3 times, 5 times higher than, or yeah, further away from your stop loss than the level you wanted to lose. So you accepted to lose. So you would have, we would have lost much more on this situation. So basically, what I did there was a very good thing. And again, it was actually a mistake entering at such a low price instead of entering earlier after the first move, not after, like third, fourth, or fifth move. Yeah. Now, but I mean, however, it's still a profit, right? So it still counts. Now, this situation is the situation where I totally fucked up. It's the situation right there. So, like I said, again, the same consistent mistake that I make. I I got in short, right? I took a short trade, basically on very support. Now, now, could I have known that the price would go down? No. If I had such powers to know 100% that the price would go down this much, I would simply risk all I have at the maximum possible trading volume I could get from my broker, and I would become instantly rich in a couple of hours, right? Instantly fucking rich billionaire in a couple of hours. But that's impossible. You can only, get lucky or not get lucky. So in other words, this trade was a total mistake especially that the market started moving up, and the market almost immediately started moving up and moved away from me at 28 pips, and I moved my stop loss all the way up there, which is bullshit because at this level I'm not risking 1%, I'm risking 10%, and 10% is basically my whole profit of this week and last week. So it's like 2 weeks just given up. Yeah. So this is why I made this is why this is a mistake, and I was only lucky that I that the market came back and I actually managed. See, the market started again, and I actually managed to get out at a very small loss. Why? Why did I get out here at the small loss? Because after the initial movement up, because I entered almost immediately when the price started going up. So when the price came back down, I was even thinking of closing the position, but I failed to close the position because I thought, okay, now my thinking was like this. Okay, so now the candle closed bearish. Maybe they'll make the first movement down, right? And that'll allow me for my basic profit. But they didn't. They didn't make a single pip down. They started moving back up again, and they moved back up further than the first time. So I had one, two. So it's already two opportunities missed, right? The one at the entry was stupid. The price didn't go in my direction. The second opportunity to close at very minimum loss right there, lost it. So I said to myself, I can't afford to lose the third opportunity. So I could have even closed better, but I mean I could have or couldn't have. I did it. So if I didn't, that means I couldn't have. So I decided to close my loss. Yeah, cut my loss as as small as possible, and I did that. Now I couldn't have known what would happen if the price would respect this support level as support or break it. Yeah, I could have only waited to see. That's what happened. But again, I was reluctant to trade. I don't know what's happening. I was sort of studying the market, and then finally I saw this situation. Okay, let's look at that situation again from the point of view of my screenshots. So this is like this, right? This is the point of my screenshots, right? So basically, I got in. I got in right there, yeah. So that was on the close of that bearish candle on the M5, and it's almost immediately started going up. And then this was the first M5 candle. This is the M5 candle that started coming down, and then turned around on me again, made a new high, yeah, and then it came back down, and this is where I closed it. Too bad, I closed it. Okay. Now, my last trade of the day was like this. The thinking was like this. Well, the price was going down. It made a pullback, but the pullback was defended, yeah, by the trend. Now the next candle, the third candle, made a break, yeah, a breakdown. So I basically just measured this candle like here. I measured this candle. I said, okay, if the price is gonna start going down right there, I'm gonna go short, and that's exactly what I did. we can see it right there. I went short upon the signal. However, I didn't go short immediately right there. I went short after it pulled back and started coming down. And I triggered my button, yeah, my trade button. But the price made such a violent move that it opened it opened below my line. Normally it shouldn't open below my line, but you know, the order was triggered when it was inside that zone, but the movement was so violent that it got executed right there. Yeah, and then the normal stuff: 1, 2, 3, break, trailing stop, and it's trading stop out. Okay. Anyways, this trade recovered my previous loss with a very small profit. We can see that right here. Yeah, we can see that right here. Here's the history of my trades today. So my trades today are like this, starting here. So this is the first one, profit. This is the second one, nice profit. This is a third one, okay, profit. The fourth one, profit. Fifth one, profit. Here's the loss, right? And here's the last one, the recovery, with a bit of yeah, with a bit more. So we are now above our initial investment of 2000, right? And yeah, and all we have to do is continue with the profit. Now, what happened later with the market? We can see here it made the this kind of a flip flop. Yep. So like coming back up, and there could have been some situations for long here. Couldn't be, and basically that's about all. Maybe there could have been even a situation for a short right there, right? In this context, yeah. Okay, so that's it. That's what happened today. As far as my YouTube channel, please like, please subscribe. As far as my Discord server, the Dada's Trading Room Discord server, I invite everybody to join. All you have to do is click on that link. That's an invitation. You can just click on it and join. If you already have an account on Discord, you can join directly. If you need to, you can create yourself an account on Discord. It's free, doesn't cost anything, and then you can watch me stream my trades, because all my trades today were streamed live. I just ended the streaming like 40 minutes ago, so you could see and participate with me in the trading. Also, I invite everybody to become my patron. Now, I would like to explain, because I think there could be some doubts. What does the $17 per month subscription give you? Does it give you automatically the Dada's trading system? No, it doesn't give you the Dada's trading system automatically. It gives you access to Dada's trading system room on my Discord. So then you can see special content, you know, because apart from the daily recaps, I also do weekly recaps, and those weekly videos are well, sometimes even 3 hours long, like the one that I made last Saturday. was like almost 3 hours long. Now, those videos are only for my patrons, right? Patrons. So that's what you get. You also get access to all the other material that I post here, except for the system itself. So, in other words, you are entitled to ask me to create a video especially for you. Like if you are somebody who is just starting in trading, wants to know more about trading, just ask me. I'll make a video about it, showing you on charts. Not necessarily on this on my system, but on plain charts. I'll explain everything to you. I'll talk about the market. I'll talk about the MetaTrader 4 platform. I'll help you there. You can also ask me to program for you in the MQL 4 language some basic simple indicators. I can even translate some indicators from MQL4 to MQL5 for free, just for the fact that you are my patron at $17. Now, the next thing. How can you get my data trading system if you are my patron? Well, if you are a patron at $17, you will the amount will be accumulating. So in other words, it will take you 15 months to accumulate the amount to get my system, right? Then you will be entitled to 3 hours of my data trading system workshop, and you'll get my whole system with the instruction videos and PDFs for free, because you will be entitled to the award of 3 hours. If you wish to get my system quickly, then you need to become a patron at the level of $255, right? Because if you pay the subscription of $255 at once, yeah, you will get my system. You'll be entitled to my workshop, 3 hours of workshop, and my system. If you pay $350 in one amount, right, you will get 6 hours of my workshop plus the whole system. That's how it works. So the more money you pay at once, yeah, like for example, if you wish to pay for 12 hours of my workshop, you'll get my system for free, and you won't have to pay 350. You will have to pay 650, right? Not 700, but 650. So every time the more you pay for at once, the more discount you will get. If you want to pay even more, you have to contact me so that I can calculate what will be reasonable, right? Of course, you don't need to do it through Patreon. You can do it by PayPal, for example, and then you can just give me, a one-time payment. But if you wish to accumulate your money, yeah, then you can become a patron at any level. I mean, just because I've set up tiers of payments, right? It doesn't mean that you necessarily need to pay that much. You can pay like $20, or you can pay $50 per month, right? It doesn't matter. But the minimum amount for you to become eligible for the special content on the Dadas trading system room on my Discord is $17 per month. And then, like I said, it doesn't matter what mm, what happens later. I mean, if you ask me for a video or not, or for ask me for help in coding or not, that money still sums up. And when you've gathered enough, you get my system, and you become a VIP. So in other words, you first become by becoming my Patreon at minimum $17. You become an inner circle, right, member. And when you have purchased my when you have purchased or gathered enough money to get my the whole system with my workshop, then you become a VIP. Of course, as long as you continue paying your subscription. Okay. I hope that's clear right now, because somebody asked me. I think the person wasn't so clear about it. Yeah, so that's all for today. Thank you very much, and until next time. Most probably see you tomorrow. Have a nice one.